First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Hello, Dr. Kent Hall. Good morning.
Good morning and happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you, Dr.
Good
Hall.
luck following Beverly, Doc. You're gonna. That's not going to be easy.
I know. I feel like you mailed it in there, Doc. I didn't feel the emotion in the happy birthday wish. Not like Beverly had.
All right, let's start. First of all, as we're going into now, do we have you tomorrow or do we? Yes, Andrew. Yes. Okay, so we'll have you on tomorrow. Heading into the Memorial Day weekend. Boy, the weather is going to. You know what this weather's going to do this weekend. Although there are forecasts out there that some are doom and gloom, others are a little optimistic. I wonder which one it's going to be. But I got to tell you, in some cases this weekend, people are going to be driven indoors. And I guess if you're vaccinated, that's okay.
Yeah, so if you're vaccinated, that's okay as long as everybody else around you is also vaccinated. So, after our conversation yesterday, I actually did a fair amount of reading and listening to 3 or 4 webinars about what's going on. And, what is the issue, as I see it, is that this has become an all or none phenomenon where you either wear masks and do social distancing and all that no matter what, or you don't need to do any of it. And the reality is that there are nuances to it, and it really revolves around, number one, what your status is, so how whether you're vaccinated or not, whether you've had the disease and you have some degree of immunity or not. And number two, what are the people around you and what is their status? And number three, what are you doing?
Right.
Are you inside? Are you outside? Are you in a large group? Are you in a small group? So there are nuances to it that make it actually pretty complicated. When it's all or none, it's pretty easy. You either do something or you don't do something.
Yeah.
You have to think about, does this pertain to me? Does this pertain to the people around me? Then it becomes much more complicated and much more difficult. So, the way that I approach it is first, what is best for me? And obviously best for me is I'm vaccinated, so I feel fairly comfortable in terms of my protection. However, there is still a small opportunity for me to get the virus and to get sick to some extent. And, obviously probably not to the point where I need to be hospitalized or
right.
So I still need to be smart. And then I look at the people around me, and are they vaccinated? Is it possible that I could have the virus in my nose for a short period of time, and could I infect them? And if the answer is yes, then I need to take care of the people around me as well. Now, if I'm outside, that becomes less of an issue. But if I'm inside, then I really do say, I think for the better part of valor, both for myself and for the people around me, I'm going to wear a mask because that's who I am. I'm not saying that everybody should do what I do, but that's the way that I approach this from a thought process.
Yep. And the reality is, I think we're beginning to get to the point where people are accepting. This was a pretty big shock for a lot of people. You don't have to wear a mask. I think we're getting to the point where people are living with the fact that some people are still going to wear it. And just like you didn't want, without wearing it, their views being imposed onto you, nor do they want your views being imposed onto them, if that makes any sense. Monaski has a question.
I completely agree, and I'll follow that up.
Basically, what I'm saying is to mind your own business.
Mind your own damn business.
Yeah.
So, I got sick. I was very ill for 2.5, 3 days last week. And so there is still stuff going around, whether it's COVID-19 or not. So just don't be reckless. That's a statement. I guess, Doc, my question to you is this. We still talk about the fall in terms of right now, masks might be required for kids. We don't know what it's going to be like when we get through the summer. I know you don't have a crystal ball, but earlier, Bill, I don't remember who said it, but there was the quote that was, "This is the beginning of the end."
This is the beginning of the end of the American pandemic. It was a headline this morning.
Do you think that is true, or are you afraid this is going to flare up again in the fall?
So I am a little concerned when we characterize this as an American pandemic. So the short answer to your question is I do believe that we're going to see an increase in cases in the fall. It's not going to be like what it was last year, but we are going to see some. But again, going back to what I was saying initially, this is a worldwide pandemic, and
right.
And we are doing well. Okay, the United States right now is doing well. However, there are parts of the world, India, Brazil, other parts that are not doing well, and that is allowing the virus an opportunity to change, to mutate, to develop variants, whatever verbiage you want to use for it. And, people travel around the world, and it doesn't take but, a very small number, and all of a sudden those variants that are developing end up coming into our shore, and we end up, possibly in a bad place because those variants, may be more resistant to any immunity that we've developed from the current vaccine. So we need to be careful about, thinking about ourselves as, we're protected. We don't need to worry about what's going on elsewhere. We need to worry about what's going on everywhere. Because I heard a public health person just in the last 24, 48 hours say, that a pandemic anywhere is a pandemic everywhere.
Yeah. Very interesting. And so basically you're saying it's probably not a good idea for the governor to write another congratulatory book. Probably not. You didn't say that. But
touch that. Thank you.
You did not say that. All right, Doc, we appreciate it. We'll speak with you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Please be safe.
All right.
Take care,
do
Doc.
the same.
Always some great advice and insight from Dr. Hall. By the way, the name of that second book would be How I Beat Sexual Harassment Allegations.
Yeah,
not How I
right.
Overcame COVID-19.
Turn holiday travel from stressful to rewarding. Rakuten helps you save big on travel. They give you cash back when you book with sites like Expedia, Best Western, and Hertz. Even better, you can stack cash back on top of other rewards, like airline miles, credit card points, and hotel loyalty programs. Rakuten partners with over 3,700 stores, including Away Luggage, Ray-Ban, and Macy's, so you can be prepared with all the travel essentials and, of course, cute fits for your trip. Keep the rewards going with cash back on holiday gifts for friends and family. With Rakuten, you'll never miss out on savings at your favorite stores. The stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cash back. Join for free and start your shopping at Rakuten.com or use the Rakuten app. That's Rakuten.